Hi folks, Nathan Adlin here with the Fastlane car, and behind me, the 2018 Buick Regal Tour X. And coming up next, the good, the bad, and the weird. The good! It looks good. I think it looks great. Now I know it's subjective, but if you look at station wagons in general, the new ones that are coming out, I think they're long and graceful looking and a lot easier on the eye than a majority of the crossovers and SUVs that are out there. The next good price. Oh my God, this thing is a bargain. Check it out. Starting at $29,995, you can get one of these, and as equipped, fully loaded, $41,550. Now compare that to the only car we really can compare it to, which is the Volvo V90. That starts at $49,000. On to the bad. Not the fact that I'm on all fours, but the fact that this is supposed to be kind of a adventure vehicle, and its ground clearance is, nearest I can tell, between 6 and 7 inches. Less than 7 inches. Compared to the other Regal models, the non-sporty ones, this thing is 3/4 of an inch higher. 3/4 of an inch. It's a mechanical all-wheel drive system. It works really well. On dirt roads, we deliberately tried to get this thing to lose traction with the traction control off and with it on and everything else. Worked like a charm. Really, really good system. So despite the fact the vehicle's not that high off the ground, it has really good grip. Now, in our opinion, fake exhaust ducts are not exactly cool. I mean, wouldn't you guys agree that it's kind of misleading? That's a giant thing back there, and frankly, it's a little pipe that goes to it. I'd much rather see the regular exhaust pipes or twin pipes in the back or something like that. Another bad interior. Look, it's not bad, but it is not up to what I would consider Buick standards. The fit and finish isn't quite there. It doesn't feel as nice as some of the other Buick interiors we've dealt with, and we're used to a slightly higher standard. It's not horrible, but there is another issue with that interior, and that is cubby space. Look in there. That's not a lot. And glove compartment space. Not a lot. In a vehicle that's built to be utilitarian, I would like to have more storage compartments that have, well, frankly, more space. This is a really important good because it's about the interior. Cargo space. Check it out. 73.5 cubic feet of space. That's with all the seats down. 33 cubic feet of space behind the second row. And if you come over here, according to our tape measure, 70.5 inches of length. That is frankly longer than some pickup truck beds. Actually, many pickup truck beds. Got about 38 inches of cargo space right here for width. But let's say you have golf bags. All right. Okay, I'm gonna say roughly 56 inches right there, which means a decent sized golf bag can fit right in here. But unfortunately, you will not be able to haul a 4x8 sheet of plywood. That might be the fastest trunk ever. The Europeans have it right. If you want maximum utility and you want fun, you go to a wagon. There's some wagons out there that are absolutely powerful. Even the Americans built some amazing ones. I'm specifically talking about the Cadillac CTS-V wagon. One of Roman and my favorite wagons. One of our favorite cars, especially with the manual transmission option. Whew, that is a fun vehicle. Now this isn't quite as fast, but it has really good get up and go. Now, keep in mind, this thing weighs over 3,800 pounds as equipped. And with my big button here, we're talking about a 2-ton car. Another good is a combination of things that exists underneath the hood and underneath the body of this vehicle. And that's because underneath this hood is a 2-liter turbocharged engine that puts out 250 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. That's a really good torque. By the way, combined, this vehicle gets 24 miles per gallon. All right, guys, let's talk about the weird. Nope, it's not the engine. Nope, it's not the shock towers. Not even the fuse box. It's this. There's another one on the other side. Basically what this does is it launches the hood about 2 inches up off of its foundation here in case you hit a pedestrian. So they're like mini explosive bolts that shoot it up. That way you're mitigating the damage you do to a pedestrian when you hit them. That's crazy. Another weird thing, we like to take crossovers off-road up Goldmine Hill. That's what we do. Usually that means that they have to have a certain amount of ground clearance, and it's really nice when they have cladding and some extra armor on them. Well, this is way too long and low to go up Gold Hill. It's just really low. But strangely, they throw on all of this cladding. It's everywhere. I guess it kind of makes it look a little roughy-tufty. Like it wants to throw down a little. No, not really. It's just weird. This is interesting and something I really like. The option for this 40, 20, 40. It's a lot easier for people who need to take kids but take skis, or have to take the whole lot. Nice setup. Very comfortable seats too. The one thing I need to tell you guys, the most important part of this car, the biggest positive, is the fact that it is a car. It's not an SUV, it's not a crossover. Nowadays, you can get a crossover to handle really well. It's a mixture of electronics and light materials, and bottom line is that you can make certain vehicles, BMW is really good at this, handle well, even though they're top heavy. But what if they're not top heavy? What if they're low slung and low to the ground, or fairly low to the ground, yet they still had all the utility of a crossover? Well, if that were the case, you'd have one of these. This is actually a happy day because wagons are coming back, and I love station wagons. Yeah, they're not calling that a wagon, but it is. You know what else is a wagon? The Jaguar wagon we recently had, which we did the same type of video, and you can connect to that by clicking below. Now, as for this vehicle, it's a screaming bargain, drives great, has a ton of room inside. There's a lot going on that's good. It's got a couple negatives and it's got a couple weird things going on, but all in all, I think it's a winner. Thanks so much for joining me for the Fastlane Car. This is Nathan. I'll see you next time. I like the steering response too. I mean, yeah, it's a little light, but I really do have the feeling of where the car is and where it wants to go. Even though it's electronically assisted and it's not as, say, sporty as some cars could be, it's a lot better than a lot of SUVs out there. The bottom line is that this is just a much more exciting vehicle to drive, and at the same time, it is just as logical as an SUV. One thing, Buick, great price, damn good car. How about air-conditioned seats as an option?